Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at the Stan Sheriff Center. There is a group of people we've named our friends from the Star Advertiser, from ESPN Radio that are also on the air, but also Howard Deshefsky, Chris McLaughlin, Dan Devone, Ryan Suji, Tony Ching. A nice round of applause for our friends from OC Sports, Oceanic Time Warner Cable. I was just approached by our head coach, and he said, please make sure that you thank, on the top of the list of everybody, our wonderful fans that support Warrior Volleyball.
Volleyball fans, at this time, I'd like to recognize 4 seniors who have defined the meaning of a student athlete, as each are set to graduate this spring and have set their mark on the Warrior Volleyball program. Here to present each player with their senior plaque is University of Hawaii Associate Athletics Director Carl Clapp. And representing the University of Hawaii Federal Credit Union, our President and CEO Janine Morse. Vice President for Member Services Brian Anderson. And Vice President for Marketing Barry Carroll. Our first senior has been a valuable role player for the Warriors. After transferring from Long Beach City College, he has spent the past 2 seasons as a backup libero and serving specialist, and has served as one of the team's inspirational leaders. A native of Long Beach, California, this senior has cherished his time as part of the Warrior Volleyball program and will always remember every home match at the Stan Sheriff Center. He is scheduled to graduate this May with a degree in philosophy. Volleyball fans, show your aloha to this 5'11" libero, number 17, Troy Crutchfield.
Kind of a cool thing, his dad is over here watching Chris, and he has changed out of his Long Beach State
very cool
shirt because he's a coach with Long Beach State, now wearing the green aloha shirt with the H on it for Hawaii. And you know what? Dad trumps the opposition coach.
Joining Troy on the court are his parents, John and Kelly, and the rest of his ohana.
And Troy Crutchfield, just a great athlete to have on the team. I mean, didn't see a lot of court time, but really a big supporter of the team, always enthusiastic on the sidelines, cheering on his teammates, just the perfect role player that you want as a coach on this team.
Yeah, he's going to be sorely missed, especially in the practice gym. That kid was a competitor, and he brought the level of competition in the practice gym, where it counts the most, to a level that's going to be unmatched without him.
Our next senior is a local boy who returned home to star for the hometown Warriors. The 2007 graduate of Asset School attended Irvine Valley College for 2 years after high school before returning home. He has started all 53 matches during his career for the Warriors at the libero position, and this season ranks in the top 10 nationally in digs per set. He had a career-high 22 digs earlier this season against Grand Canyon. He lists his favorite matches as beating #1 USC last season in the Outrigg Invitational and defeating Stanford on the road earlier this season. He is set to graduate this May with a degree in American Studies. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the 5'8" libero from Honolulu, co-captain #1, Nick Castello.
Well, Chris, you heard the PA announcer mention a career-high 22 kills a while back. Well, he had 18 tonight, so a near career night on
Joining
senior.
Nick on the court are his parents,
His mom, Randy and Jeannie. He had 18, but I didn't know that he had those other digs against Grand Canyon. But to play the way he did tonight on his last night here in the Stan Sheriff Center, and to average over 4 digs per set, that would lead the country, by the way, if he averaged 4 digs per set all year long. But what an amazing effort he put through tonight, and has been a great team captain for these guys.
And I think it's a great example of a local player who's undersized, a great role model for all those young boys out there watching, dreaming of playing Warrior volleyball one day. Nick Castello, a great example of that, a great leader and a great person for this Warrior volleyball squad.
Yeah, like Ryan said, he's a great kid. He's got a really good heart, good head on his shoulders. I kept saying it before. He's worked really hard to get where he has been or is now, and I hope nothing but the best for him in the future. And I know he's going to succeed in whatever he does.
Our third senior has been with the program for the past 5 years. A starter since his freshman season, he is one of the team's most efficient hitters, as well as this year's team leader in blocks per set. The Long Beach, California native has started 50 career matches and owns a hitting percentage of close to .380 with 180 total blocks. He also lists beating Stanford this season as his favorite memory. He will graduate this May with a degree in civil engineering. Volleyball fans, put your hands together for the 6'9" middle blocker from Long Beach, California, number 14, Jarrod Lofy.
Great story, Jarrod Lofy coming in, not highly recruited. Charlie Wade describing him as a plodder, a plow horse, not a thoroughbred. But boy, I'm telling you, tonight he put it all together, played really well on this last night here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Very proud to be a Warrior. Worked as hard as anybody in the program the last 4 years. Amazing work ethic.
And I think in the pregame show you heard Tony Ching talk about how smart he is, majoring in civil engineering. Has a couple of siblings, parents, Mike and Cindy Lofy of Lakewood, California.
He intimidates all of us.
Yeah, Lofy's a stand-up guy. He's really unique, and like they touched on with Chris and Dash, he's one of the hardest working guys on the team, and definitely he set the tone when it comes to weights and in the practice gym, so he's definitely a leader on this team, and it's going to be sad to see him go.
Our last senior is one of a select few in the volleyball program's rich history to start all 4 years. Just last week, he became the 14th player in school history to surpass 1,000 career kills. Arguably one of the top outside hitters in the country. He ranks number 2 nationally in kills per set and has led the team in kills in virtually every match this season. His favorite memory as a Warrior was beating Pepperdine 2 years ago in the MPSF playoffs here at the Stan Sheriff Center. He's scheduled to graduate in May with a degree in sociology. Volleyball fans, show your aloha for the 6'5" outside hitter from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, number 5, Stephen Hunt. Joining senior on the court.
Wow, parents, Mary Hunt, Jerry and Mary. And how proud they must be. You talked, I heard Charlie Wade in the pregame talk about volleyball aside, what a fine young man he has become in the 4 years here.
He has really grown, really matured, has taken on different roles each year. Secondary outside hitter at the beginning of his career, mostly a passer and digger. All of a sudden now the big server, the big left side hitter, and carrying a huge load and being a team captain as well.
You know, to think Stephen Hunt started off as a hockey player, made the evolution to volleyball after following his brother, and certainly volleyball fans here in Hawaii glad to see him make that transition to volleyball. He goes down as one of the better all-time hitters in UH history.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Hawaii, he's leaving tonight, but his volleyball career is just getting started. His kid's got a bright future playing the pros if you want to, and with the Canadian national team.
Yeah, talk about playing hockey. You know, you grow up in Canada. That's like walking. You're born with skates there, so skating is always pretty much a first sport for everybody north of the border, eh?
That's where he gets that toughness from, huh?
There you go. There are your 4 seniors from left to right. Jarrod Lofy, Stephen Hunt, the Crutch, and Nick Castello. And as you look at them, we want to kind of reflect back and look at some of the great moments of these 4 seniors. And here's some of their highlights from their years in Manoa.
Well, it's pretty cliche to say, but when I was a kid, it was always my dream to come out here and play volleyball for the Warriors. I've had family on Maui all my life, and I've been coming out here back and forth over the summers and stuff, and I had a chance to come here and get recruited by Dan Fisher, one of our coaches last year, and yeah, I never looked back. It was one of the best opportunities I've ever taken in my life.
You know, Hawaii's always been my home team, and yeah, it was definitely a dream of mine to play sports here, and I ended up picking volleyball out of high school, and unfortunately I wasn't able to come here off the bat, but I made a ton of great friends and had a good experience in the mainland, and was very fortunate to get the opportunity to come back here and live my dream.
You know, there's really no place else I would have wanted to play volleyball for 4 years. It's just a great experience. I came into Hawaii 4 years ago and not knowing really what to expect, and then I enjoyed my 4 years and all the people I met.
I wouldn't see myself being the same person without the experiences that I've had on this team throughout the past 5 years. It isn't just something you do anymore, it's a part of you. It becomes who you define yourself as, and just balancing all aspects of life. From making sure that I'm a good volleyball player, making sure that I'm a good person, making sure that I'm taking care of school. On top of that, working as well. And all of those things and being able to balance all that, it's really difficult. And being for the past 5 years has proven to myself that I can do it.
I just feel like I've grown, I've matured. I hope to be able to say I'm a role model to the younger guys on the team. I feel like this whole team's close, and you know, there are the younger guys who look up to the older, more experienced guys, and I hope my younger teammates can say that when I'm gone. Like, they look up to me and how I cared about the game and really enjoyed it, I guess.
I like to pride myself on just the amount of volleyball knowledge that I've accumulated in this lifetime of mine. I mean, I've been playing forever, since I was 9 in club volleyball. I might not get to spend too much time on the court actually contributing in the stat sheets, but the guys know that I'm here for volleyball. You know, I'm here, I love them, I love the game, and anything I can do to help out in any way, whether it's bring positive energy day in and day out in practice, or maybe throw 1 or 2 technical little things I see during the game with one of my buddies in a timeout or something. But yeah, like I said, I'm here for volleyball, and it's the love of the game that really keeps it going.
Everything about it, like my schedule today, I went to class, I went to the beach, got an hour surf session in, and then ate lunch and came here for this interview, and then right after this I get to go play volleyball with a great group of guys. So just those little things, they all come together, and yeah, it's definitely just going to be a lot that I miss.
You have an experience that nobody else, except for my teammates, will ever be able to fully comprehend and understand. It's on a whole different level. It's not just the team, it's a whole state that's behind you. It's a whole community that's behind you, and it's a whole lot more than just a game at that point.
The environment out here is unlike anywhere else in the world, and not being able to put on a jersey and come out in those lights and then go home and watch yourself on the TV afterwards, which is also unlike anywhere else in the world. It's unreal, and you can't replace that, and so I'll definitely miss that about this place for sure.